Good evening, I'm Stacey Amos for News Channel 8, and these are the top stories that we have for you tonight. An early morning raid in Castle Coakley, and you won't believe what they discovered. Police on St. Thomas tell us about a break in the recent tourist shootings. A police sergeant in Puerto Rico has been arrested for child pornography. And it's the first day of hurricane season. Keep your guard up. Those stories and more are up next for you on News Channel 8. Tonight, earlier today, the VIPD held a press conference on St. Croix to discuss an arrest warrant executed this morning. News Channel 8's Wes Small files this report.
Stacey, what a way to start off a weekend. We have a major arrest to talk about this evening as the VIPD called the press conference this morning. Of course, we have one in St. Thomas involving the tourists as well, who were recently shot down in Havenside. 6 a.m. this morning, 2 search warrants were executed this morning involving an Orson Fleming. You're seeing his picture here, better known as Chunky. He was born in 1985, so that should put his age at around 26 or 27 years old. They were looking for information involving a burglary that took place in Morningstar on April 29th. I'm going to take it to the press conference.
This morning, the Christiansted Burglary Unit, that's out of the Patrol Division, executed a total of 3 search warrants at 2 residents and 1 vehicle belonging to an Orson Fleming, aka Chunky. This arrest warrant and search warrants were executed relative to a burglary that occurred in the Morningstar area on April 29th. Upon the officers reaching to the residents in the Castle Coakley area, they observed Mr. Fleming exiting a residence and running with a handgun in his possession. The officers ordered him not to move and were able to get him into custody without further incident. The handgun was recovered and determined to be a handgun that with a 30-round magazine, and it was capable of firing a high-powered ammunition. This weapon is currently in the hands of our ballistic examiner to determine if the ammunition in it was capable of piercing an armored vest or a bulletproof vest. Additionally, what was recovered was a radio that had the frequencies for all emergency departments here in the Virgin Islands, to include the police department in it, and we're currently conducting an investigation into that as well as a magazine for a high-powered rifle. And there was also a vehicle that was recovered that was determined to have been stolen sometime in 2011. It was a Toyota pickup truck, and it's currently in our possession and being processed by forensic officers. The circumstances that led to this, as I already mentioned, was as a result of a larceny and burglary case that took place on April 29th in the Morningstar area. However, Mr. Fleming was currently under arrest on a larceny case as well, and he was under house arrest and had ankle bracelet to monitor his activities while he was out on pretrial release. The interesting thing about this, or maybe one of the interesting things about this case, is that when he was arrested in April, we recovered a cell phone from his person. Our forensic officers have had a chance to look at the data contained inside of that cell phone, and there are 2 videos that are very interesting to the police department. The first video depicts Mr. Fleming discharging the firearm that we believe we recovered today in a residential neighborhood. The second one depicts Mr. Fleming buying what appears to be a controlled substance. We're not sure why he decided to record those videos, but we're happy that he did.
Before we wrap this up, I want to tell you that really disturbing was the weapon that you see here that could have been used with a high-powered rifle, 31 magazine, and they're doing some bullet testing now, but possibly armor-piercing bullets. This could be better known as cop killers on the streets. Need to get these weapons off the street. With that, if you know anything about this or the other crimes that we have mentioned, you need to call 911 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. With that, I am at Rainbow Command in Frederiksted, Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Keeping with the VIPD, as Wes mentioned, a press conference was also held on St. Thomas to inform the public of a major break in the case of 2 tourists who were shot in the Havenside area back on May 25th. Here are the details.
Like I mentioned in the previous report, we do have another press conference to go to right now in St. Thomas. That horrendous shooting that took place several days ago involving 2 tourists in Havenside early in the morning. Want to go to that press conference right now.
We're here today in reference to the first case that occurred on May 25th, whereas 2 visitors from the mainland was attending a nightclub over in the Havenside area where they were assaulted. Through information gathered from Crime Stoppers, the general public, and the Intel unit, we were able to solve this case, whereas we gathered information that led to 2 individuals that were directly involved in the assault of these tourists that were visiting from New York. Last night, at approximately 8 p.m. at night, we got a break in the case when one of the individuals that we had an arrest warrant walked into the police station and turned himself in. That individual is Jem A. Nibbs. Mr. Nibbs is a resident of Bournefield, and he turned himself into the police department. We also are asking for the other individual who we have an arrest warrant for. We have wanted poster for that we will show to everyone. His name is Johnny Brathwaite. So Mr. Brathwaite, or anybody who has affiliation with Mr. Brathwaite, can you please turn yourself in to the nearest police precinct or call the Investigation Bureau, speak to Detective Tyson and turn yourself in. Also, anyone who's harboring Mr. Brathwaite will be prosecuted to the highest level of the law.
Basically, it was simply an incident. These tourists were visiting, they attended the nightclub, and there was an incident at the nightclub, and unfortunately these individuals decided to escalate this incident further. And that's what it simply resulted in, a little nightclub problem.
At Rainbow Command, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
In other news, News Channel 8's Wes Small spoke with Senator Alicia Chucky Hansen today about the Junior ROTC program.
Thank you very much, Stacy. On the line with us is Senator Alicia Chucky Hansen. And Senator, congratulations. It was you that came to the forefront to recognize the serious situation that we need the Junior ROTC in our territory. And that was just a great move. And congratulations, your fellow senators and the powers that be saved the youth for the future. How does that make you feel?
Oh, well, I'm telling you, I think you wrap it up. The program that saves, strengthens character, and develops strong discipline and a desire to love and defend our nation appears to be saved. Now, that's the JROTC program, as you well described it. You know, Lieutenant Colonel Charles should be commended for alerting all of us that the Department of the Army will stop the program, as they have done in various states, for any breach of their contract. And that threat was about to take place within 2 weeks. Lieutenant Charles went through a rough time yesterday during session, this so-called protocol issue. He alerted the Department of Education first, okay? Long before he came to me, he went to the other senators, government house, and said that the JROTC program would end. Therefore, over 800 young men and women would have been stripped from our desire to train them in the great opportunities that this program delivers. These young people need this. We wish we could have many more programs. And the camp, the summer camp, the JROTC summer camp, was about to be closed down too. It's over a month I've been online and in letters, correspondence, and verbally with the Department of the Army holding them down, begging them to wait for this day because I believe we will be successful. On that note, I want to thank all my colleagues that supported and voted for the JRTC program, my bill to save the program.
June 1st marks the first day of hurricane season, and here are some tips to stay alert. Step 1. Get a kit, an emergency supply kit that includes items like non-perishable food, water, a battery-powered or hand-cranked radio, extra flashlights, and also copies of prescription medications and medical supplies would be helpful. Step 2. Make a plan, like an emergency plan for your family. Your family may not be together when disaster strikes, so it's important to know how you'll contact one another. And Step 3. Stay informed. Familiarize yourself with the terms that are used to identify a hurricane. Prepare your home, prepare your business, and stay tuned to local officials such as VITEMA, News Channel 8, and your favorite local radio station. Coming up, 3 people, including a police officer and a local attorney on Puerto Rico, have been arrested for child pornography. That's next in your Caribbean Report.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
Now here's your Caribbean Report. From the Caribbean region, June is Caribbean American Heritage Month, and it's no better time than to hold the Invest Caribbean Now Power Forum in the Big Apple. The event will be held at the Marriott Marquis in Times Square on June 6th, where Sir Richard Branson will be honored for his investment efforts. Additionally, 6 teams made up of Caribbean college students will square off to challenge each other on tourism sustainability issues in a freestyle presentation format. And setting the stage for the contest is none other than former NFL New York Giants running back Billy Taylor, who now works as a corporate trainer and motivational speaker. Continuing at the Caribbean region, Australia expects to double its official development assistance program to the Caribbean from last year to $47.7 million. On Tuesday, Aussie Aid and the IFC signed a $1.5 million agreement to provide tech assistance to Caribbean countries willing to reform their trade logistics. From the Dominican Republic, the Mario Ortega Multi-Purpose Pavilion and Sports Complex has officially opened following a ceremony this past Tuesday led by President Leonel Fernandez. The sports complex approximately cost $1.4 million and includes a basketball court with a hydraulic anchoring system. It'll be used to develop basketball and volleyball for youths in the province of Duarte. For Montserrat, Premier Reuben Meade has asked the United Nations to remove Montserrat from the list of non-self-governing countries within the United Nations decolonization discussions. He said the people of Montserrat do not view themselves as a colony, but have chosen to remain as an overseas territory of the British. On a cultural front, the first National Museum in 15 years opened in March at Little Bay, located within reach of the planned new town at Cars Bay, by the Earl and Duchess of Wessex, Queen Elizabeth's last son, and his wife, to showcase Montserrat's history and ties to England. From St. Kitts, ongoing plans continue in the setup of a solar panel manufacturing plant, and Minister of Housing and Energy Dr. Earl Asim Martin said the next set of low-income homes constructed island-wide on St. Kitts will be electrified by solar energy. From Puerto Rico, U.S. authorities say a Puerto Rico police sergeant and 2 other men have been indicted on federal child pornography charges. Sergeant Angel Luis Perez Diaz, local attorney Ramon Garcia Suarez, and another man identified as Rafael Rivera Santos have all been indicted. They face up to 10 years in prison if found guilty. And continuing with Puerto Rico on a positive note, to launch a national advertising campaign in the UK, Puerto Rico's tourism team is inviting UK travel agents to a salsa season party at a venue in London's West End. The event is hopefully going to raise the profile of Puerto Rico in the UK market. From St. Vincent, the Miss St. Vincent and Grenadines Beauty Pageant 2012 will be held on Saturday, June 2nd at Victoria Park. 8 beauties will vie for the title to represent her country in the Miss World competition and Miss Carnival. And in your cricket update, Stuart Williams, the assistant coach of West Indies A side, has said that the series against India A that begins on Saturday in Barbados will be a good platform for Lendy Simmons to prove his fitness and return to the West Indies national team. And congratulations to the Antigua team for winning first place in the Leeward Islands Masters annual cricket tournament that was held in Anguilla May 24th through the 27th. Participating teams included Antigua, St. Kitts, St. Thomas, St. Croix, and Anguilla. The St. Croix Masters team actually placed second. Congratulations to all. Please be sure to check News Channel 8's Facebook page for all full details about the Caribbean Report. Now, 8th graders at the Good Hope School celebrated their graduation today. News Channel 8's Wes Small was at the festivities.
Thank you very much, Stacy. Another win-win situation at Good Hope School here with Miss Saldana. And it's the 8th graders that are taking their stroll down the aisle today. And Miss Saldana, congratulations. This Sunday is the big one?
This Saturday, tomorrow night, is the commencement ceremony.
Oh boy, time went fast in a short week. Tomorrow is the big one for the seniors.
Yes. Today we're celebrating 28 8th graders who are completing their middle school years at the Good Hope School and moving on to upper school next year. And so this is a wonderful traditional ceremony that we have with our families to recognize them, to really focus on the family and the supporting factors that we've all given. And the children say a few speeches themselves and really reflect on how they've grown over the years.
As you move on to high school, you will need to take a look at yourself and decide who you are and what you want to be. This does not necessarily refer to what college you want to go to 4 years from now or your career path, but rather how you want to be remembered. Please know that whether you will be near or far next school year, that you will remain a falcon within your heart.
To all my fellow classmates, I say to you, keep the falcon pride alive wherever you may go. I will cherish your laughter and friendship close to my heart. On behalf of the class, I want to thank all of the teachers for your patience and devotion to teaching us. We also thank you for the tons of work compounded on a weekly basis. This amount of work is exactly what we need in order to be prepared for upper school. Honestly, I can't imagine how school is going to be without you guys. I sure will miss you in all of the upcoming years. I wish nothing but success for this class, as most of us enter a new chapter in our lives.
Achievement Award goes to Tahira Guzman. In Theater Arts, the Outstanding Achievement Award goes to 2 students, Serena Bishop and Serena Bouganou.
As you can see there, we close out with the choir. Congratulations to the 8th grade graduating class, and tomorrow the seniors take their turn. Back to you, Stacy.
We congratulate all the graduates on their achievements. Please keep up the good work. Now here's Bogle with your entertainment report.
Thank you very much, Stacey. Good evening to everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of the Entertainment Report. I'm going to start off first and foremost by thanking each and every one, the promoters, the survivors, everybody, the teams, the people that work for the committee, the volunteers, everyone, the sponsors, everybody that made Relay for Life 2012 a success at the educational complex. I want to thank you for your support and thank you for the good that you're doing in the efforts to fight against cancer. We hope to see you next year. God spare life. I got to also tell you about Club 103.5 last Saturday. That was awesome. Trust me. Everybody came out, had a lot of fun. The DJs, they played very well. It was the Jersey editions. Everybody was dressed in the jersey. So definitely we want to thank the general public for coming out and showing your support for Club 103, put on by the radio station WAXJ 103.5, The Reef. Then we're going to move right along. You're looking someplace to go this weekend. Tonight, Friday night, it's all about the Frontline nightclub. It's all about Fire Fridays. Go on out and enjoy all your different DJs who's going to be there playing lots of music for you. And you can also get the opportunity to win some cash money. And then we're going to tell you about the Classic Corner right down there by Golden Grove, turning into public safety. You can go out there Thursday and Friday. It's all about the pool tournament. You can win different prizes. And then on Saturday, from 9 until 12, it's all about karaoke. And of course, you can get stuff there to eat also. So go and check it out. Classic Corner, tell Angel I sent you. All right? And then on Sunday night, you're looking someplace to go, you go back to the Frontline nightclub because it's all about the country and western plus more. So go on out to the Frontline nightclub on Sunday. When you want to tone it down a little bit as the weekend winds down, it all takes place at Frontline. Good food, good music, and lots of drinks. Okay? And then we're going to tell you about next week, Saturday, the 9th of June at the Penthouse Rooftop. It is being brought to you by Most Wanted for Life as they celebrate 10 years in the business, and also his Uncle Eddie's birthday. And you can't forget, this is going to be on the card. You're going to have Super Track Sounds. And of course, also, you're going to have the Mix Master himself, a.k.a. Mr. Kingston, a.k.a. Mr. Apple McIntosh. I'm talking about DJ Chubby. He's going to be there. And on the card, for the first time in one building on St. Croix, it's going to be Black Chinese, the Remix Kings, against the immortal, the one and only Stone Love. So definitely got to go and check that out Saturday, June 9th. And then we got to also tell you about the St. Kitts Music Festival. You should already made your reservations. If you're having difficulties in getting, let's say, a car rental, you can check me. Send me an email on boglestevens@yahoo.com. That's BOGLESTEVENS@yahoo.com. I might be able to hook you up with a car rental. All right? But on the card, of course, you're going to have Roberta Flack. You're going to have Tony Braxton. You're going to have Marion. You're going to have Junior Gang. You're going to have Marsha Montana. You're going to have Crossfire. I mean, there's so much artists that's going to be there. You got to definitely go and check it out. You're going to have Spectrum Band from the VI Nietzsche, all the Sugar City St. Kitts. So you definitely got to get yourself down there to Sugar City St. Kitts for the Sweet 16 Music Festival, June 28th until the 30th. All right? I want you to go out this weekend, whatever you do. Have fun. I'm begging you, please refrain from the violence. Let's hold it down. All right? And if you drink, just don't drive. Back to you, Stacy.
Thanks, Bogle. Keeping with events this weekend, the Women's Coalition holds a special race on Sunday. That's up next in your Sports 411.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
Now here's Koof with your Sports 411.
Thanks a lot, Stacy. This year is the 28th anniversary of the Women's Coalition Women's Race. Girls from all walks of life and all ages throughout St. Paul will run, walk, talk, and have fun as they participate in this event. The race has traditionally drawn over 500 participants, making it one of St. Croix's most exciting events. This year's women's race will once again be held in downtown Frederiksted on Sunday, June 3rd at 5 p.m. The women's race is a fun afternoon for the whole family with plenty food and music as part of the after-race activities. The women's race serves as a fundraiser for the Women's Coalition, but more important, the race reflects the community's support of their mission to end violence against women. It reflects women's support of each other. The race is open to women and girls only. Men are welcome as supporters at the race. It is not only the women who enjoy the support of the race, but hundreds of sons, fathers, brothers, and friends line the streets to cheer on the runners and walkers. The women's race promotes awareness of the issue facing women today. Runners and supporters demonstrate and understand and sympathy toward women who are less fortunate. Some run because they have been victims or in abusive relationship and want to support to an organization that helps women to find peace in their lives. Others participate because they believe in the mission of the Women's Coalition to help all victims 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Awards will be presented to the overall winners and the top age group finishers. There will be a pre-race warm-up at 4:35. The race follows a 2-mile course that starts at Fort Frederiksted and finishes at Strand Street. Registration for this event will be at Saturday, June 2nd from 10 a.m. to 12 noon at these locations: Florence Williams Library, Christiansted, Frederiksted Post Office, Kmart Sunshine Mall, Kmart Sunnails, and Stamina Sports. For more information, please call the Women's Coalition at St. Croix at 340-773-9272. You can visit us on the web at www.westx.com. So go on out and show your support this Sunday. That's a look at your Sports 411 update. I'm Stephen Kufrancis for News Channel 8. Back to you, Stacy.